Welcome to episode 15 of the Inner Headspace podcast. By this point, we are like 30 minutes into the episode.
Oh my God.
Because the conversation wasn't initially intended to be part of it. And then I was like, screw it, let's do it. So I don't know where on the timeline you're going to plop in, but enjoy it from there. And then you'll be caught up eventually. So enjoy. It's not a joke when like when you're going through puberty, your hormones are just fucking.
What?
As far as like emotions.
Oh, I stayed the same.
I guess you didn't have many catalysts, except for.
Did I?
Was it junior year or senior year?
What happened?
With that one girl. Maybe it was senior year. I think she wasn't in BPA. It was like in one of your your math classes.
Let's not talk about that, Kay.
No, okay.
That is.
But that's what I'm talking about.
That is like
under the rug.
Yeah, that is under the rug. Nothing but a memory between people that will eventually die.
It's so funny because in high school, it's like it's such a bigger deal, and like in your head, more happened than actually happens, and then you're like,
oh man,
and then you're like overthinking, like, oh, they said this one thing, but
like,
then did this thing.
that was a fuck up. Just simply put it, that was a fuck up.
That's so
and
funny.
Do I regret it? No. Was it embarrassing? Yeah.
We all got those
when
moments.
I laugh on it, yeah, because it was really like, oh my God, I could if you guys saw it, holy shit, you would make fun of me.
Fuck it, let's start the episode here.
It was bad.
Just talk about high school. Oh my God. Oh. I think everybody, the people who don't perceive themselves as peaking in high school, I think everybody looks back on high school and goes, damn, like, oof.
Okay, I'll be honest. I think our high school experience is a bit more special than the average person.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think the friendships we made are not your typical.
In that sense, yes.
Your typical high school friend.
Yes.
And that's what I find interesting when, quote unquote, trying to make new friends at college.
Right.
It's just like, I would love to have, why not have more relationships like we have, for example.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you get there again? It's like,
it's so much time.
Yeah, like it was so much time just like kicking it out. Like, I don't talk the way I do with like the people at college.
Right.
I don't say the stupid shit that I say with you guys.
Yeah.
I reserve that.
We're special.
For people that I'm just good friends with. Simple as that.
Right.
And then it's when it's like, okay, now. And I guess maybe I'm part of the game, but it's just like when I'm talking to new people.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know if it's difficult. Like, it's difficult to make good friendships, I guess, is the point. Not kind of shallow.
Yes, very, very like one-dimensional. I always think back on the times where it was like, there's always times in all of our current close friendships that there was always that weird, awkward time that is with every friendship. And I think it's funny to look back on like then versus now.
Like when we first met in Meunier's class, it was like,
yeah.
Hey,
I know you. Hey, you know the funniest part?
You play Spy.
Ooh, the funniest part about that whole thing is I was still in the middle of like, I still had a bad taste in my mouth about you for like no reason.
Well, and then from my point of view, I didn't know that whole fucking thing was going on with you.
See, this is the benefits of not being a dramatic person, is like that never really came out of me because it didn't affect the way I treated you.
Well, I'm just thinking how bad it would have been. Like, imagine us right now looking back when you first walked in the class when I was already sitting down.
Yeah.
You're like, hey.
Yeah.
We're like, Jesus Christ.
And you had your beanie.
Fuck, Trey, come on. Trey. Listen, we don't.
Oh God. I just remember very vividly. We had it second semester, right?
Probably.
Yes, I
it's
think
a
it was second
fucking
semester.
blur.
So I just remember I talked to Sean and he was like, "Oh, Jared's in that class too." And I was like, "Oh." And then I was like, Jared, I
Son
know
of a
him,
bitch.
and he's the only one I know in that class. So, God, fuck it. And then like that's where it started. And then I just sat next to you, and then it was like,
You play Smite? You still play
yeah,
Smite, right?
it's like, you want to be partners on this? Sure. And then Tubbs showed up because no one wanted to be partners with him either.
Then he left us for that girl group.
And they came crawling back.
They wouldn't let me do anything.
I couldn't just sit around and do nothing. So, I just remember that one time we were reviewing the class's videos
Yeah.
and you were sleeping.
I don't remember this at all.
And Mignon walks up and he's like, Jared, wake up. Don't fall asleep again. And you're like, you literally lifted your head up, like looked around for a second. He walks away and then you just put your head back down and go back to sleep.
What the fuck?
And then he walks by, looks at you, and then looks at me and shakes his head and just moves on.
I have no recollection
That's
of this.
so funny. Oh my God. And then that following summer, we played a good amount of Smite, but it wasn't until later in that summer when
Still us graduating from 9th grade?
yes,
Okay.
like we're going from 9th to 10th grade, and like we would play off and on here and there, and you had just added Cameron on Smite. And I remember I was like, oh, I can't get on because I had very limited time to play during that time. And I got on later and you guys were still online playing with each other. And I was like, damn, they're still going.
I don't remember this.
And then Cameron and Shane both moved in like the same week. And then they weren't able to get back on for like a month. So that entire month I had no one else to play with but Jared. And so we would get on like every day, and then Trevor was there sometimes.
So, okay, I think I have my timeline fucked up. So I think it was before I was binging it with you. I was binging it with Trevor.
That's so funny.
I'll never forget. We would go dual lane. I'd play Fenrir, he'd play Nemesis, and we would stomp people. We're like, dude, this has to be. And we're like, this has to be the hidden treasure. This is the hidden comp right here.
Oh my
Fenrir
God.
or Nemesis. This has to be it. And then I think he bought me the whole summer of Smite.
Yeah, I remember
the whole
that.
summer. Dude,
Hey,
I had a sugar daddy.
Here's the
I had a
thing.
sugar daddy. It was fucking awesome.
I'm not mad that he didn't spend money on me. We weren't like very close
Yeah.
friends. Not compared to you
Did
guys.
he say he would though?
Thing is, he told me he would buy me some gems. Not a bunch, like 400.
That's funny.
And I never got those gems. I don't care anymore, obviously.
you just got blown off.
But I remember
He's like,
he
how do I get
said
this guy?
that to me.
How do I get this guy off my fucking back?
He said that to me and then bought you the entire, you and him both, the entire
I
summer.
was a spoiled child. My God.
And then continued to buy you gems after that. And I never brought
God
it up
bless him.
again.
God bless him. God bless Trevor.
Never brought it up
God
again. 'Cause I
bless
was
Trevor.
like,
God
I don't
bless
care
Trevor.
that much. I don't want to make it awkward. He's going to feel bad and then feel obligated. That doesn't matter. So I never brought it up again. But it's still in my head sometimes like, yeah, you're right. He did buy you the whole thing.
Yeah, I had another sugar daddy. Do you remember?
Damn.
You remember Braxton?
Baba Booey.
Yes.
I don't know if I should his last name, but too late.
I'll just bleep it.
Okay. He bought me some Steam games.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I feel bad. I unfollowed him on Instagram.
Sorry.
What?
I just thought in post when I'm editing this, when you say his last name, I'm just going to put the voice clip, Baba Booey.
Bubba Booey. Okay.
By this point, they've already heard it, but I'm laughing at it in the past.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I just remember he'd buy me games
Yeah.
out of generosity. Okay, this is what puts
Damn.
me off when I get shit on.
Okay.
For example, like, seems like people don't mind, getting to know me.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm not too bad of a guy to get along with.
True.
And then you got fuckers that are just like, yeah,
I don't care to take the time to get to know
I'm
you.
taking you for granted, asshole. Like, oh, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I will remember that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
The Yakuza will remember that.
I will remember that. But so anyways, the whole timeline, me, Trevor. I remember we had a code word because when I would Skype him, it would be speakers.
Oh, code beige.
No.
Oh,
To stop cursing.
right. I remember when that was a big deal
Yeah,
for everybody except for Cameron.
that's true. We just say wasabi.
Oh no.
I was like, hey Trevor, wasabi. He's like, all right.
Oh,
And vice versa. He's like, hey Trevor, wasabi. He's like, all right.
I just remember like I would get really pissed off at the game I was playing and I just yell. And I had noise canceling headphones,
Yeah.
so I had really bad control of my volume. And one of two things would happen. Either no one would come in
Yeah.
and I'd be fine. And then like the next day at dinner it'd be like, will you stop yelling when you play video games? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we can hear you cursing like crazy. And I'd say some really, really bad things. And I was like, at first I was like, well, no. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I'm being really loud. And then the other thing that would happen is one of my family members would walk into my room and be like, shut up. And I'm like, oh, especially if I'm like in the middle of like yelling something, and there's like,
see, that's the same. Like, I don't like to curse in front of my family. Doesn't feel right.
I've lightened up.
You've lightened up. Oh man,
over the past couple years. Yeah.
I hate it. But another thing about Trevor. At some point in my life, may have gotten caught with pornographic imagery. And precautions might have been taken to
Eliminate
cease
that.
the importation of adult imagery.
Yes.
And I would just ask Trevor to download videos and send them to me through Skype. And it was fucking amazing.
Oh my god. What the fuck? That was your secret method.
It was fucking awesome. It's like, thank God for friends. This is when they come in handy.
Back. He was a homie.
Yeah,
I just remember we had this group chat on Skype. See, we actually used the same group chat when it was like us three, me, you, and him.
Holy shit.
But like, and I remember because do you remember that time he sent like some girls?
Yeah.
Anyways, I won't finish that sentence.
Say it.
And I just remember being like, what the hell am I looking at?
That was Trevor's. He would send weird pictures. That was his thing.
Oh, trust me, I know that was his thing. All right, we're back in the actual episode here.
Who knows what happened?
I never actually introed this because none of this was intended
It's
to
just
be
going to
part
be
of
funny
it,
when it cuts from that. I don't know how you're going to organize it.
It's okay. I'll make
want
it as
the
jarring as
I
possible.
want the audience to know that they missed out on something.
They missed out on quite the conversation.
And no one will fucking know.
Yes. Should we intro this?
Sure. Right now.
All right. If you're listening to it right now, we're about to do the intro that you've already heard by now. We're messing with time.
So anyways.
All right, we're back.
Okay. This is now going back to the original timeline
Yes.
where I originally started playing Smite with Trevor.
Oh, okay. Yes, we're going back to that.
I was going to say some more pervy shit that I did with him, but I'll leave that out.
Thanks, Jared. I think everyone would enjoy that or would prefer that you don't get into it.
But anyways,
that is a between you and him conversation.
anyways, and so, what was I saying? Oh,
Something
and
about
then
Smite.
I think I started playing with you a lot.
Yes. Him and you and him both started playing with me more.
And I'll say this.
What?
Trevor did have a dislike for you.
Yes, I could tell.
Okay.
It wasn't until we actually were in the same like class that we actually became friends.
All right.
When we first met, which was essentially exclusively over Skype, I got that sense of I don't like this kid. And you know what? I don't blame him because I would get pretty pissed off that he was bad at the game. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, Trey. Oh my God.
I'm just saying. We would lose some crucial moments. And I'd just be like, this is all your fault.
Anyways. And then I guess what happened after that is me and Cameron started. Yeah. Then me and Cameron after that.
Yep.
Bonded.
We all connected through the same game.
And I remember the last one was Shane because I tried to call you and I tried to call Cameron. Both of you were busy. And I just
forgot
remember
that you never really had like a one-on-one friendship with Shane.
I never had
until like
I think it was still the summer or something. Anyways, I don't know what time frame was, but I remember the moment. I sat there in my chair, my lawn chair. That's what I used to sit in. And I just remember looking at Shane's profile for maybe a minute. I just had it open, like maybe we sent like 2 messages.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta break the ice.
Dive on in.
So I clicked that call button. Eddie picks up. I'm like, hey, Cameron and Trey aren't on. You want to play some Smite?
You're my third pick.
Yeah. I didn't want to do this either.
Yeah.
And so he picks up. We talk, and then we play.
Man, how ironic is that? I started like consistently playing Smite with you because they were gone, and then you started playing more with Shane because we were gone, and now we're all here. Damn.
Yes, sir.
The power of video games, ladies and gentlemen. It is very much a social experience, especially when you have 4 people and 2 of them don't go to the same school.
Okay, I want to say something
as
weird,
anybody else.
You know what's weird? Maybe we cut this out. I don't know.
All right, we'll see.
But so remember Carter used to date Kaylin?
Yeah.
So before that, there was a group with me, Carter, Michael, Braden, Evan, like
that whole squad.
Little gaming group.
Yes. Carter was the one who initially told me about Smite.
Yeah. Well, and like, me and Carter would play Smite. And it was just weird because then fast forward, Carter and Kaylin are dating.
Yeah.
And after that, Michael and Kaylin are dating.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's the way everything it's like the Mia thing where the reason I know Mia is because Shane knew Mia.
But they weren't dating, right? Shane and
No.
Okay.
They were never actually into each other.
Okay.
But well, as far as I know, as far as I'm told.
Oh man.
It could be a big ruse, a big conspiracy, but we can see who won out of that engagement. So, he met, I think he knew Logan before he knew Mia, but he met Logan at Timberline. They became friends. And then Mia was in his German class, I think. And they were just friends because the thing about Mia is she likes to make new friends all the time. Still, she's a way more outgoing person than I am.
Good for Mia.
Yeah. So she has like a strive for it where I don't have a strive for it.
I struggle meeting new, like, I hate texting people. I'm going to throw that out there. Like, I don't know what the fucking say.
When you talked about making new friends, I was like,
where do you be? It's like, where do you?
I'm not outwardly going and making friends. Like I'm friends with the people that are around me in my life. It's like my coworkers and my friends that are already my friends.
Yeah. See, like when I go to university and I stay there.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I don't like be kind of forced upon me to be like congregate with other people.
Yeah, and you're gonna be around them so much that you're gonna make new friends.
Because like again, my kryptonite is just texting. For fuck's sake, I don't know what people text about so fucking much. I don't get it. Whenever I talk, like I would just rather call you because I have so much to say. I don't want to type a fucking paragraph.
I've said this. We said this. We had this smaller version of the discussion a couple episodes ago, but like I said then, I was way more into it at one point until I I don't know. I just stopped. And I'd done it so much by that point where I was like, I'd rather just not
See, that's funny because I'm having
communicate
to.
like only through text.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But like Mia and I didn't really communicate through text mostly. Like most of the conversations we had were on Skype or in person, all the way leading up to when
See, what the
I asked
fuck
her
were you
out.
guys talking about before? Like, what would you Skype her about? If
So-
you like, were you guys even playing video games?
a little insight. Yes. So
Okay. I was gonna say if you guys weren't playing video games, I don't know what.
well, no, not most of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll explain.
Okay.
So we started talking the day that we lost state at BPA,
Yeah.
and I was at Sean's house, and that's when I remember I walked from my dad's house to Sean's house. I don't know if you know that distance, but it's basically from Heritage to Sean's
it's
house.
not far.
And on that walk, I was formulating like, God, I got a cough.
Drink some water. I'll drink water.
Water break.
I'll do into the mic.
Oh yeah, everyone loves when you do that, and they can hear you like twisting your metal cap back on. I've cut a couple of those out. Here it is. There it is. Classic. Oh. So anyways, I was trying to formulate an excuse to message Mia because she knew of my existence vicariously through Shane,
Yeah.
but like the only time we had ever interacted before was over a Skype call that Shane invited her to one of our Skype calls while we were playing Smite. You were there. I just don't know if you remember.
I don't.
And I tried making conversation with her, and she was like,
Can you
"This
shut the
is-"
fuck up, you weirdo?
Yeah, she was like, "This is weird. I'm leaving." So, anyways, I was like walking to Sean's house, and I was like formulating an excuse essentially. Well, I was trying to think of one, and then I go to her profile, and it turns out she was doing video stuff, and especially since we had just gotten done with BPA, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hey, I just finished a competition too," and so like that was how I initiated that conversation was like, "Hey, I see you're into video. So am I, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about it." And so like we did, but it wasn't really about video most of the time. It was like, I then realized she wasn't really in a video class at the time. Or no, she was, but she had just started getting into video.
It's all about
Where, like,
photography.
I had been into video for like years. So then it was like, okay, we had our conversation about that. And then it became a more casual conversation. And then it was like sending memes. And then eventually there was a period of time, literally like a 2 or 3 week period of time where I didn't know what her voice sounded like because like we had only messaged each other. And then it was spring break of our junior year, and I was working on that music video edit for Believer. I don't know if you remember me doing that.
Of course, I remember you doing that.
Thanks, Jared. And
I think I saw like 50 edits.
yeah, you saw pretty much every iteration of that shit. And so we would Skype, and we'd Skype while I was editing, or while she was editing her version of it, or we would, and then it got like, we got so casual conversation where we just Skype to talk. But anyways,
Smooth.
want to hear how I
Butter on toast.
you want to hear how well, how would you call it? Got in on the whole prom thing.
Sure.
I wasn't planning on going to prom.
Okay.
I'd never been to a formal dance before or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then Mia messaged me saying some boy that she didn't want to go to a dance with just asked her to prom. And she was like, "Well, I don't really want to go with him, so you want to go with me so you can be my excuse?"
Now, how big brain for a girl?
Yes.
Like, let's just say she did want to go with you
yes.
to make up that whole scenario.
You know, that would be funny if it was made up. I know it's not because
Okay.
she
That's
told
it.
me the guy, but like, I just think it's funny that
Good tactic.
it was essentially like, I don't want to go to the dance with this other dude because I'm more interested in going to the dance with you. So essentially she asked me to the dance,
Yeah.
but it was like over Snapchat. And at first I was like, the roller coaster of emotions I went through because I was starting to gain a liking for her, and she had sent me the the message saying like, "Oh, some dude just asked me to prom," and I was like,
Damn it.
"Ooh," like, fallen soldier. I just got friend zoned, and then it was like, and then I was like, "All right, don't be an asshole," and then I was like,
Oh my
"Be
god.
supportive," and I was like, "Well, what'd you say?" And then she replied with, "Well, here's the thing. I don't really want to go to the dance with him, blah, blah, blah," like I just said. And then she asked if I would go with her because, as an excuse, essentially.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
let's be honest, she wasn't doing it just for the excuse. She wanted to go to the dance with me. All right.
God is real.
So she had said that. And then, like, I immediately was like, oh, wait a second. That's a win. And so I was like, yeah, sure, being all casual about it.
Yeah,
But
no
then
big
I was
deal.
like, this is real. And then we started talking more and more often. We were pretty much we were talking every day at that point. But
Yeah.
then we started Skyping, and then that was like late March, which was spring break.
Okay.
And then we were trying to figure out a time during spring break
Yeah.
to actually like meet up for the first time ever. And she lived up in Ruby Creek at the time.
Yeah.
So like super far away. And it was no easy way to get together without like making a huge plan.
Yeah.
And then we were like, all right, this Thursday. And then that didn't end up working out. And then it's like, all right, let's do it this Saturday then, or Sunday or whatever.
What was this plan for?
Just hanging out and meeting for the first time
okay.
in person.
Is
And
after prom?
No, this is before prom.
Oh, okay.
So this is about a month after we had talked. And I remember this story is kind of funny. I don't know if I've told Shane and Cameron this, but Shane and Cameron came to my mom's house with me, stayed the night.
Yeah.
And then like,
What the fuck am I?
Jared,
Oh my god.
you didn't come over much at that time.
Oh my god. I'm a side
did,
character.
actually.
I'm
No,
a side character.
Actually, you did, because that was when, like a month before that is when we got together for Shane's birthday party, and I made that video. Remember the squad time video?
When did I go to Shane's birthday?
In February of 2017.
What did we do?
I went to Guitar Center. Cody was there. You were there. That's when I made that video.
Okay. I remember parts of it now.
And you had the backpack on. You looked like a tourist.
Is that where you guys kept like waking me up or something?
No, that was a different time.
Oh, I don't know.
This was when we went to like Papa Murphy's with Cody, Shane, you, Cameron. I think Cameron was there.
My memory's failing me.
Jared, do you not remember the entire video I made? The one that you said you like?
No, yeah, I remember me saying something about hot dog.
Corn dog.
Corn dog. But other than
Homer
that,
corn dog.
But other than that,
Okay. So, anyways,
Okay.
it's like it was that time. So you were for whatever reason you weren't there that time.
okay.
But all that to say, we were hanging out on a Saturday, and then Sunday was when I was meant to like hang out with Mia. And so that night, I was like messaging Mia, and then Shane noticed and he made fun of me, and he's like, "You're still talking to Mia?" Because he knew I had started talking to her, but he didn't know I was still talking to her. And then he was like, "Well, I could hook you guys up with a date if you wanted me to." And I looked at him and I was like, "I already am tomorrow." And then he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, tomorrow I'm meeting up with her at this time or whatever." And then, but that was when none of us could drive. So we were always reliant on our parents to come like pick us up and drop us off. So then we were talking about it, and they had to figure out how to get a ride from like Cameron's mom or Shane's dad. Ended up being Cameron's mom.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to have to drive all the way to wherever or something like that. So I ended up like walking to the library,
Okay.
the Boise Library, with Shane and Cameron. And then as soon as Mia met me there, and then it was like really, really awkward when like everyone was around, because like Shane and Mia didn't really ever hang out. They were friends and they would Skype sometimes, but like Mia said even when they would Skype, Shane would just play guitar and not say anything like he would do with us. So like they didn't really hang out much. And especially at that point, they had like not talked to each other for a couple months.
Okay.
So like it was especially awkward when it was like, okay, Shane and Mia know each other separately, but they both know me. She has no idea who Cameron is. Cameron has no idea who she is. And this is my first time ever seeing Mia in person. So it was like all of these different factors that were like making it like really awkward. We were all kind of just like wandering around the library, and then it was like, oh, my mom's here. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we walked to the gas station and walked back. And then his mom showed up. And then they got picked up. And then me and I just walked around downtown for like 2 hours. But
Yeah, that sounds awkward as fuck.
it was like fine by the end of it. But then it was like, oh, we hung out now. You want to do it again next weekend? And then it was like, yeah. And then that's essentially the progression of it. But all of this was after we had agreed to go to prom together. So it wasn't like build up. Will you go to prom with me? It was like we had essentially just met. And then it was like, sure, let's go to the dance together. And then it was this whole build up to prom. And then prom is where we had our first kiss. Woo! And then she was very adamant on me making it official and saying the words, will you go out with me, or will you be my girlfriend, or whatever I said specifically. So it was like 2 weeks after we kissed, I was like, oh, cool, we're dating. Like,
Yeah.
we're official. But then it was like, nope, you got to ask me. And then I was like, damn. And so then I had to build up the courage over like 2 weeks or a week or whatever. It was a week, I think. No, it was 2. Until
Okay.
I like finally was like, all right, I'm going to ask. And then it was official. And then it was like, our anniversary is exactly 2 weeks after the night of prom, 2017.
All right.
Pretty interesting. So ever since then, it's been almost 4 years.
I think I'm going on 8 with the chess guy this February.
Damn.
I know.
We're only at,
Fucking loser.
well, actually, I've technically known you since like 4th grade. 5th grade. 5th grade. But we haven't been like close friends since like 9th grade.
I was going to say, this might be related to
Sensitization.
Thank you. I think I gave less fucks back then than I do now.
That's impressive.
I think it's the truth. I've softened up the bit. I'll say that.
I'd agree with that.
I didn't know this. Cameron told me. This is Cameron's first impressions on me. This is before we're
Oh,
friends.
snap. Oh, this is new information for me.
A reason why Cameron liked me, I think, from what he said. Cameron just would look over again, be like, we're playing. We're not really playing a game. We're just testing out the waters with each other, still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Cameron would just look over and be like, man, look at this dude to my right, and it's me. I'm just sitting there scratching my balls. and then Cameron's thinking, this dude doesn't give a fuck. And Cameron liked that.
You know, I'd say that was one of the things with me too, is like I built up this whole thing in my head. And then when I actually started like hanging out with you in class, it was like, oh, this guy's really chill. And then it was like, then you would be like, I don't care, or like sleep in class, or literally that pretty much the exact same thing. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, good times.
And so I was going to say, so this is when I don't fucking remember exactly what you said. But it was about this. We're going back to the making the new relationship thing.
Yes.
New friendships. Because again, before what was it? Oh, so again, it was always, the friend group.
Yes.
Just act normal me, blah, blah, blah. And I think a reason why I've softened up and, not be as extreme as I've been before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I realize it's just how people are. Like, I guess this might be like, when meeting new people, typically, like, probability wise, like most of the time, you act normal, so to speak.
Yes.
And it's like, I find that annoying sometimes.
The need to make a good first impression.
I'm here putting a cap on myself, prohibiting what I normally say.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? what the fuck is this? Just
are you saying now versus then?
Yeah.
Now you're almost limiting yourself?
Yeah, I'm going more towards it's like, all right, I'll relax and then I'll push the pedal a little bit here and there to
I'd say it's an inverse journey for me.
Yeah.
I was very worried about the way people perceived me up until like junior year.
Yeah.
And then like I just was like, you know what? They don't like me. They don't like me. I don't care. You know what happened the exact next year? I made a bunch of random new friends in high school because I stopped caring. And it was like, then I feel like you and I got like lumped together as like two dudes that are like, it's like Trey and Jared, like, especially in our broadcasting class, specifically, like, it was definitely at a point where it's like, I don't care. Jared doesn't care.
Yeah.
We're just going to do our thing. And like, that made for a good year. But back to what you're saying is like, I went through the inverse journey of like, I used to care a bunch. Now I don't care. And it's amazing what wonders that does when you're not thinking about it.
The reason why I've kind of changed it up, I don't know if it would be right for me to say, but I'll say, like, I'll be honest, I don't quite view myself as a socially awkward person.
I wouldn't say so either.
But I feel like a lot of people I talk to are socially awkward. Because when I say something extreme or something crazy,
yeah,
some people are so taken back by it, and they're just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
I've never seen you do that. Well, okay, I have. I've seen you do that to the friends Shane would bring around, but like, I've never actually like seen you just like
act normal.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I'm saying like say something to someone that gets a reaction like that.
Oh.
I've never witnessed that in person other than like at my house when Shane had other people over.
And then it's weird because of what I said, people are then uncomfortable around me.
Damn.
I'm just like, I made you uncomfortable?
That's not the perception.
I was like, what the fuck? This is random, but Shane's ex, I remember she told me, she's like, Jared, you kind of scare me, you know that?
Oh, okay. Let's get something clear right here.
I was like, what the fuck?
She was ridiculously over dramatic with how she characterized everybody. She would get one perception of them and just grab hold of it and stick to it. You and Cameron, she had some skewed perception of me. She acted like I was some like crazy uptight person that had to control everything. And I am not that way.
Well, I remember I took some offense to it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, this is Ashley. I think you told me when you were talking to Ashley, she's like, yeah, Jerry kind of scares me. I swear to God.
I don't think she really even knew about you that much.
I swear to God.
At least from what I perceived.
I swear to God.
I don't think that was... Mia used to be weirded out by you, Jared.
See, well,
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
All right, tell me.
She was willing to get to know you more, and now she likes you.
It's just... Yeah, and so
that's all it is?
Yes. So what I'm trying to do is not come off super weird to people at first
Right.
and then ease it up.
Right. See, I would say I'm the
Like-
same way.
like, I'm
I don't full force people.
Yeah, I'm putting an order to it now.
Yes.
Oh, the order matters for what I do. So, for example, like some people at the college,
hmm
I didn't talk about conspiracy or anything. I'd just be, hey, you
Yep.
know, like actually doing small talk. I'm just like, oh fuck, I hate small
I
talk.
hate small talk.
And here I am doing it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it is a waste of time because I've met other people too
Mhm.
where I could just pedal to the metal and like, oh hell yeah, and like
Right.
we.
But those are people you have like connections with versus people you don't.
No, the random people. I've done it with random people as well.
Well, I'm saying like
Oh,
you guys align on a certain level.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's just what because I'm going more of kind of like a neutral route, if that makes sense, where it's like
Yeah.
kind of appeases to everyone. I'm not pissing anyone off.
Same.
Blah,
I'm
blah,
very
blah.
much the same way. I feel like Mia tells me I'm a mediator in terms of like I try not to offend anybody. I try not to like make people feel bad about what they say or do. And like I'm not one to necessarily call people out immediately as soon as I see something. Cuz it's like is it that big of a deal to call someone out? I don't think I've ever had to call anybody out cuz I've never been in a situation where it's like that bad.
See, I don't like to call people out, first of all.
Right. Same.
One, it's uncomfortable. Like,
Yes.
like I'll say weird stuff, but like there's a difference between me saying something dumb or something quote unquote weird and then like you're confronting someone.
Hey, don't
like,
say that.
Yeah, like it's like whoa, all right, whoa. Like, all right, let's calm down.
I think it's a matter of reading intentions. If someone
Yes.
says something because they're trying to make a joke
You
and
feel-
they make
you
an
could feel that-
offensive
You
joke,
could feel the like
then it's like, okay, I'll let that one fly because he was just trying to be funny and shocking. But then it's like they say something that's like, that's not okay. It's like, I'm just going to leave. That's kind of my reaction to it. I'm not one to be like, hey, buddy, don't say that around me, okay? I'm never talking to you again.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because I'm a non-confrontational person, but
and like I guess I just kind of shed some light on myself, honestly.
Mhm.
Because by convenience, the people I currently talk to, I just share their classes with them, so it's easy to talk to them.
right.
And if they just so happen to just be casual, just whatever, let it slide, move on.
Right.
Because from the other people I met, where we just hit it off from the get go, that's like the most fun because we just talk about whatever the fuck and be dumbasses
Right.
and so on. Little life lesson for me.
Yes.
But
Quite the trip down memory lane we've had today.
anyways, desensitization. Say it for me.
Desensitization.
Thank you.
Will have to be on next episode.
No way.
We are out of time.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's been over an hour.
Oh my god, it's 8:18 on my watch. Is a
Hey,
bit
you're
fast.
doxing us. They're not supposed to know how late we record these.
They don't know. Like it doesn't matter. What time.
8:18 a.m. or p.m. Don't take what I just said as any clues.
But we upload it.
What do you mean?
Like this isn't live.
Correct.
We could record this at any time because at
Yes.
anywhere in the world it will be.
But then
8.
we're dating it. Like if I said
They don't know.
we're recording this on Wednesday, December 16th,
But that's literally anywhere around the world,
and it's 8:17 p.m.
which everywhere around the world will be at 8:17 p.m. at some point at December 16th.
They don't know relatively.
How?
8:17 Mountain Standard Time.
Now we just ran into an
Oh
issue.
my god, you baited me. Okay. Well,
I don't know the Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if that's real.
Eastern
Oh,
Yes,
that is real.
that
I
is-
meant like rather than East Coast, I was like trying to refer to Asia.
Oh,
Asia Pacific.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the time zones over there are called.
I don't either.
Here, we'll go by New Zealand. They're like a whole day ahead of us somehow.
Yeah, Australia is in summer right now, so
There you go.
well, that was a very impromptu type episode, less planned for sure. But
Was that actually Mia? Because she's still in her fucking car.
no, it wasn't her.
Okay.
That must have been my neighbors. But this is a very loose episode. We did the thing that I said a little while ago. I'm like, I'm glad we don't do this, even though we just did it for this whole episode. But it's nice to do it every once in a while, okay? We kind of just talked about ourselves the whole time. But
It was fun.
it's fun to reminisce, okay? So, a heads up, we probably won't have an episode next week, which is the week of Christmas, just because it's Christmas time. We will likely have one around on New Year's Day. That's when it would release.
Oof.
So
January. Oof.
I know 2021.
Oof. My time has come.
Oh snap! We're gonna have a celebration night when Jared turns 21. I'll tell
I'm
you.
not
I'll tell you
ready.
that guys that much.
I don't know if I'm gonna get drunk with my family.
That's
maybe
okay.
I'll get lightly. God, that just sounds uncomfortable.
All right, we're gonna set something here.
All right, what's going on?
The first episode after Jared turns 21,
Oh my god,
we're gonna do a drunk episode.
Oh my god, Well, who knows what I'm gonna? Oh my god, a lot of it just might be bleeps and like
It's
jump
okay.
cuts.
It's okay. That's totally okay. It's part of the experience. We gotta.
That'll be a fun episode, I
Yes.
think. Oh my god,
As long as we don't say anything incriminating, I'll keep it in the episode. But yeah. So that was episode 15. I can't believe we're already in December with this already. But
we're almost on episode 20. Like it's still
yeah.
that's still
5 away, but still. We hit almost 250 downloads already. Like we're doing good. If you want to keep up on everything, follow us on all our social media. It's just our name. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it helps if you leave a star rating for people at a first glance. And if you're on YouTube, do all the YouTube things if you want. We post on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes every Friday at 12. Everything goes out at the same time, so it doesn't matter which one you really follow, just your preference. And yeah. So, any final thoughts, Jared?
You know, I was just thinking.
Oh my God, he has final thoughts this time.
Before saying nope, I was like, what if I just left us off on a quote or something, you know?
Oh, we're making history here, guys. All right, let's hear it.
Well, okay, well.
I'll let you
Okay.
I'll let you say the quote and we'll just roll the music.
Oh, well. I can't, like, I want to get the quote accurately 100%. And right
Damn.
now, there's only one quote on my head I could get 100% accurately. And it's just kind of weird.
Hey, that's what we're about.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say these are not my words.
Legal statement,
Yeah, these are not my words. Just something very random.
as are most quotes.
It's from Warhammer 40K.
Oh, okay.
And it was just, you know, a loyal slave learns to love the whip.